This connection, you never know. Technology. Hey!
Hello.
How's it going, Jack? How are you?
Very good. How are you doing?
Good. I'm Soul. Nice to meet you via IG.
Very good to meet you too. Seriously.
How's it going? Are you in your New York apartment?
Yes, I am. Yeah, this is the place that Ryan and I live. He's not currently here. He's quarantining with his girlfriend out in Brooklyn, leaving me alone with the dog.
Ooh, that's not. I wouldn't say that's that bad of a trade-off, right?
It's not too bad. Yeah, she's very warm.
Love it, love it, love it. Well, we love you here in Columbus, and we're so sad that, everything had to get rescheduled, but I know that you're making new music and making it all worth our while, right?
Mm-hmm. Right, very much so. Yeah, I was saying we didn't plan on making music this time. We were supposed to just be getting back from South America, Lollapalooza, but obviously now we're inside and we're forced to be writing, and it's going really well. So I think we're on song number 10 now. We're kind of popping out one or two every 3 days or so. So it's going well.
Awesome. Yeah, I know you teased us yesterday on your IG story, and you said you had new music, but you won't release it.
Absolutely. You gotta make people excited sometimes and then totally crush their dreams right after.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. No.
That's
fair
the
enough.
key to being a celebrity in the music industry. That's how you gotta work it.
You heard it straight from his mouth. Well, maybe get it on the when you redo your tour, right? Maybe we'll hear some of it then.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Okay, cool. So I have to say, you and your brothers are amazing because you've basically created your own genre of music. I mean, there's pop, there's Middle Eastern hip hop, there's 40s. I mean, how did that even become a thing?
Oh, okay. Yeah, good question. I don't know. I guess we just like so many different kinds of music, and that's such a boring answer, but it really is true. And kind of in this day and age, I feel like back in the 60s when like a love pop song would come on and sound exactly like the last one, people were kind of okay with it. It was just that's what music was. But nowadays, people's attention spans have gotten way shorter, and people really want something that's new, including me and Ryan and Adam. So what we do is we try to bring all the genres that people haven't heard or have heard into kind of one song and one album, to not let anyone lose focus or get bored. So as soon as they're sick of the pop sound, then we transfer to hip hop, and then we go to classical. So we thought if we combined them all, people would never get bored. People would be constantly entertained.
That's an amazing marketing strategy. You're a genius.
It's not easy. Yeah.
I know. It probably is not easy. I mean, you have to be so musically talented to explore all of those realms. I mean, that's incredible. You've been doing it since you're 8. Are you tired of it? I'm just kidding.
No, not at all, actually. When you're doing something, I guess if we had been making the same sound every single year for every single album, I'd probably be a little tired of it. But the most fun thing for us is to say, okay, last album we did this, let's switch it up for next time. That's what's fun about making art. Absolutely. And I think like one of the biggest things when I listen to your music, if I had to describe it in one word, it's human. It is human. It's like literally, I mean, how more human can you get than making music in your living room with a vitamin bottle and, all of these other crazy things. So it's really a breath of fresh air. Thank you. It's really nice. Thanks. So you described Neo Theater as a safe place. What all went into making it a safe place? Oh, that's a good question. I guess one of the big themes in our music is this sort of fear of growing up. That's something that we felt for a really long time. And I think that's sort of a result of doing this for a really long time. When you're 8 years old, like I was, and you're a musician and you start gaining popularity, it's kind of hard to take the natural progression of growing up like everyone else does. They go to high school and they go to college and they get a job. And I didn't really do that. I only went to some of high school and just a little bit of college. So I didn't really have the chance to take that normal path. So Ryan and I, and him too, haven't really been conditioned in that way. So we've always had that fear of growing up, and we wanted to create Neo Theater as a sort of album for people to relate to that, people who are also scared of growing up. And this is sort of the safe place to express your insecurity and say, no, let's stay young and enjoy this before we have to grow up. But I guess to answer your question, like what went into that, I have no clue, honestly. I think it's just, I have no clue. I guess we just took our own insecurities and put them into lyrics and hope that people related to them. I think you did it. It's extremely relatable. I wanted to ask about the song, Can We Keep My Legos at Home? Because I feel like that's a piggyback off what you just said. And there's also probably a backstory to that. Yeah. Don't throw out my Legos. That's the time. And basically that idea was really just coming from moving out of our parents' house. And we had the track to the song, and we didn't know what it was going to be about. And then I think it just hit me one day, and it was the couple days before we actually moved out. And Ryan and I started to get really sad, and we were like, okay, this is a, you know, perfect song to write about. And we were huge fans of Legos growing up. And I think that phrase, don't throw out my Legos, literally came out of our mouth at some point when we were moving out, saying, when we come back, please don't throw those out. We want to play with them. And we decided, you know, let's make that emotional, because a lot of people can relate to that. You know, a lot of people are scared to make that step of moving out and growing up. A part of them wants to stay at home and never feel that.
No, you are like 1,000% right. Actually, like I moved out of my house like 7 years ago. Every time I visit my mom, she tries to get me to take more stuff out. And I'm like, no, I need it here in this house. So I think we are all like, you know, we want to be free. We want to do our own things, but like we still want that attachment of our childhood.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, that's the idea.
Awesome. So I am obsessed with Bang. I'm not going to sing it because I'll sound awful, but I love it. I love it so much.
Thanks so much.
It has a little bit of a different sound to it, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's definitely what we were trying to do. Yeah, a lot of AJR stuff is generally more of a, I guess, good feeling, and that's a really broad term, but more like positive up. And I think Bang is too, but with the background of a like an more evil, dark song, which we've never really done before, only one or two times. But to make it a single, we thought was kind of an interesting step for us. So we wanted to go really far in that direction and make a beat that sounded like we say like an evil Disney villain walking in the room, like, oh, here he is, but make it sort of like this positive kind of fun, out with a bang, you know, banger.
Absolutely. I feel both when I listen to it. I feel like it can either be like a let's go out, have a great time, or it is kind of like that sense of that inner darkness that gets
right,
released.
Sure. Yeah, yeah. Both those emotions at the same time we thought would be cool to sort of conflict.
It definitely shows. So thank you so much for that. So the tour is going to get postponed. Can you elaborate a little bit on that? Do you have any other details yet?
Yeah, not really. Of course, we were supposed to be going on our Part 2, Neo Theater Part 2 tour in May and June. And of course, that is not going to happen now. We're going to postpone it to the fall. And as of now, the second tour that we have open, the Everything Everywhere tour with Quinn 92, Hobo Johnson, and Ash, that's still on for the summer. But we're just going to stall time for 2 months and move it. But we're not going to cancel anything.
Perfect. Love hearing that. That is awesome. And again, hopefully we'll get some new music with everything that's happening with that.
Absolutely.
Awesome. I have a ton of fan questions. Can we run through a couple?
Please, yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, cool. So Jess wanted to know, is there any song that you plan on always having on a set list during a live show?
Oh, that's a really good question. You know, we're definitely going to keep the singles on there. I get a lot of stories. People tell me a lot of stories like Radiohead, they refuse to play Creep, and a lot of these bands will refuse to play the singles. I think that is so ridiculous and so stupid and unfair. You know, like you know, you make music for yourself, but also it's entertainment, and you're making music for the fans, and it's what you signed up for. And it's 3 minutes out of your day. You know, I'm not saying we don't want to be playing Weak, but we're always going to keep Weak and Burn the House Down and Sober Up on there forever. Because, you know, the fans like it. They got a ton of streams, so obviously they want to hear it.
Absolutely. Awesome. Thank you. Emily Gilroy wants to know, if you weren't doing music, what would you be doing? Which is probably a really trick question, considering you've been doing it since 2005.
I know, right? This is all we've known. No, so Ryan and I actually went to Columbia for film. So we have that background as well. I do a lot of screenwriting, and we've been writing working on a pilot for about touring that we've been pitching around to different studios and agents. And so we'd probably do something with that.
That is really cool. Well, let me jump to this one then, because it's kind of a piggyback. It's Kathy wants to know, if your life ever turned into a movie, who would you want to play you? Or would you just be like, nah, I'm going to be myself?
Oh, I don't want to play myself. I don't like acting on the screen. That's not something I like. Oh, okay. If I had to pick someone to play me, maybe Charlie Day.
Okay.
That'd be good. I think he'd do a pretty comedic job playing me.
Awesome. Good stuff. Ava wants to know, how has quarantine affected any of your songwriting process?
It's completely changed it up. Basically, we're not really a band who sits down and says, let's write a song today. We're really just, we get inspiration by just walking down the street and listening to other music, and an idea will sort of pop into our head, and I'll call Ryan and say, let's get home now and write. as opposed to other artists who book studio time and make a plan to write. So it's completely changed up the process in terms of that's exactly what we do. We sit down and say, what are we going to write about? And we always have been really scared of that until now, because it's actually been working out really well. We haven't gotten dry or run out of ideas yet. So when we do, then we'll see what we're going to do. Who knows?
Fair enough. Fair enough. Polina wants to know if you give names to your instruments.
No, we're not really. I don't think any of us are like super proficient at our instruments. I'm like a pretty good guitarist. Ryan's pretty good at piano. If I was like a virtuoso, I'd probably have names for all of them.
That's funny. Like everyone names their car, and I'm always just like, why?
I don't understand that impulse.
So funny. Okay, what's the one place that you haven't traveled to that's on your list?
Oh, Japan, for sure.
I've been there, but I was too little to remember.
Oh, too bad. Yeah, we really want to go.
I'm sure they would love you over there.
Right, they're huge music fans. Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff. Maybe when quarantine's over.
Okay.
Okay, so I wanted to know, was there ever an instrument that, like, maybe not even an instrument, maybe something that turned into a sound that you were like, that's not going to work, and then it ended up being a banger?
Oh, that's so funny. Bang was actually that. We wrote
gosh.
Bang for, we wrote Bang for Neo, we made the beat of Bang for Neo Theater, and we couldn't come up with anything, couldn't come up with any ideas. It sounded a little different. It sounded a little less trappy. And we were like, no way, no one's ever going to relate to this. No one's going to like this. And we put it away. And then 2 years later, we were on tour and we wanted to write, a single, so we got that track back up. And we said, wait, we can actually pull something out of this. So I don't know what happened in those 2 years to change our mind, but that's a perfect example.
That's amazing. And so I have a little video right now on our IG story where when you swipe up, you can see you and your brothers in the bedroom doing Bang with a vitamin bottle. So when was that made?
It was made like a week ago, I think. Maybe
Before
a little more.
You guys went your separate ways?
Yes, exactly right.
Awesome. Well, everybody on this live can go check that out after we're done. Before I let you go, if you had one message or anything you wanted to give people right now during this tough time of hope, what would you say to everyone?
Yeah, I think it's just important to look towards the future and realize that this is really hard right now. And honestly, a couple things, I guess. One, I think we should treat this as as a good challenge. Not a lot of people are challenged in their lives really well, and we're all being challenged at the same time. So I think it's important to take it head on, stay at home, and really just do your best to be safe. And also, you can treat it as, a time in your life that you're going to get to tell your kids about, that you got through very well and successfully. It's very sad what's happening, but it's also really interesting. So, in the future, you get to say, I lived through this and I survived and I thrived. So there's a little silver lining there.
Awesome. Someone just commented challenge accepted. So thank you for that. Awesome. Well, congrats on all of your success. You guys are doing amazing. I cannot wait to see what comes in the next year. Good luck to you. Thanks you so for much. Stopping by.
Yes, absolutely. Have a good one.
You too. Bye, Jack.
Bye.
Thanks so much to everybody that was on this live. If you're not following AJR on IG, let's do it at AJR. I am Soul at Soul on the radio, SOL on the radio. And this is WNCI at 97.9 WNCI. We are Columbus's #1 hit music station. I am your new night show host, 7 to midnight, Monday through Friday. And thank you so much for being here. We're going to be continuing these IG live sessions. We call them Soul Sessions because it's a little play on word. My name is Soul, but kind of like the Soul Sessions, getting to hang out with your favorite artists, getting to know them. Thank you so much to everyone who submitted your questions. As you can tell, I absolutely want to get to them, and I think I got to all of them. So thank you. Give us a follow. We'll follow you right back. I will follow you right back. Let me read some of these comments real quick. That's one thing I keep forgetting to do. So thank you. Thank you, everybody, for all of the positivity. That's the most important thing right now, that we can all be together, spread some smiles. I hope this brought some joy to your day, and I will see you soon on the next one. Bye. Or not. Okay.